I'm here with Derby Telegraph chief football writer Steve Nicholson after the Rams' goalless draw with Burnley. Steve, what were your thoughts on that game?
Well, I think frustrating, that it ended in a goalless draw, only 1 point. Full marks to Derby. They were persistent. They played with energy. They played with good tempo. They pressed, particularly in the second half. They worked Tom Heaton, the Burnley goalkeeper, second half, but they couldn't find a way through. And up to a certain stage, they're looking pretty good. They're working good openings, good opportunities, but they need to find a cutting edge in the final third. They get the ball wide, but the delivery of crosses has to be better. When they get balls into the box, they've got to be whipped in with more pace, more purpose, more menace. And as I say, I think they've scored 7 goals in 8 league games now, and that's not enough. Teams are going to make it very difficult for them. We know that. All the teams that have come to the IPO Stadium so far have sat behind the ball, 2 banks of 4 or more, and asked Derby questions. Can you break us down? And they're finding it difficult. Full marks to Burnley, by the way. Sean Dyche knows how to set up his team defensively. They're very dogged. They show a lot of resistance. They're very stubborn in their shape. Derby try to prize them out of their shape by moving the ball quickly, but credit, I say, to Burnley, they wouldn't be dragged about. They held shape, they defended very well, and in the end, as I say, it was a pretty frustrating night all round for Derby because they couldn't find that breakthrough.
Derby have only lost once in the league this season, but they're yet to win at home.
Yeah, they are, and again, we talk about frustration, and some fans will be frustrated with that. Paul Clement's frustrated, so are the players. They've played 4 games at home now. Charlton and Middlesbrough drew. Burnley now a draw, and Leeds won here. And as I say, much of this season, a bit like last season, will be about expectation. How did Derby handle the expectation? How did Derby handle and cope with teams coming here and making it difficult for them? Because that's going to happen all season. It's not a fluke at the moment. This will happen all the time, and they'll find it in away games as well. Because whatever Derby think or not, that they've spent big this summer, they are seen as the team to beat. Sean Dyche has just mentioned after this game. He's mentioned the term market leaders about 3 or 4 times. So all that puts pressure on Derby, but they've got to find a way of breaking teams down at home, whether it's with a 4-3-3 system, whether it's changing the system slightly. They've got to find some way to do that. It's interesting tonight. I thought, they had a midfield out tonight of Butterfield, Johnson and George Thorne came back, which was great to see, and I think keeping George Thorne fit will be absolutely crucial. But they also miss someone like Craig Bryson in games like this. Someone who's willing to run beyond the ball, someone who's willing to get close to Chris Martin and give the opposition problems. And that's what Craig Bryson does, and he's been a big miss, just like Will Hughes has been a big miss, because he's the type of player who can cleverly open up tight defences. So Derby are missing those 2 players, but as I say, they have to find a way to break the stubborn resistance of teams visiting the IPO.
Tonight they were also missing Tom Ince through injury. An update on that?
Yeah, I just spoke to Paul Clement about Tom Ince. He took a knock on his knee in training on Saturday. He couldn't train yesterday, and he's still feeling a bit of soreness in his knee. So he missed tonight's game. Paul Clement hopes he'll be fit for Saturday's trip to MK Dons. And also skipper Chris Baird, who, if you remember, took a nasty knock to the head at Preston. He's now missed the Reading game and Burnley game, but Paul Clement said he hopes he will also be available for Saturday's match.